Hey guys, welcome back to the Chicago White Sox franchise. In this episode, we're going to be finishing the month of July. We're going to make a couple trades, so stay tuned. We're going to make one right away in just a second here. I just want to show you guys the schedule. We'll see who from our team made the All-Star game, and then we'll go at the trade deadline, see if we need to make any more trades, see where we're at. 46 and 44 right now. We fell to 6.5 games out of the division. Twins got red hot. They're one of the best teams in the American League all of a sudden. And in the wild card, we're still not in the wild card. 1.5 games out, so we need to turn things around and fast. That's why I'm not waiting. I am making a trade right now, and it's a big one. We're going to trade with our crosstown rivals here from the north side, the Chicago Cubs. They're not in it. They're way out. They're not competing. So Justin Steele would definitely be on the market. It's his last year of his contract. He's going to be a free agent. We are trading for Cubs ace, I guess you could say. He's only 84 overall, but he is their best pitcher on the team. Justin Steele's put up great numbers this year, 3.75. I mean, not great, but it's better than almost everyone in our rotation besides Chris Paddock and Roger Magana, who is hurt. But look what he's done over the last few years. Just always in the 3 ERAs, very consistent. It's exactly what we need in this rotation right now if we're going to make the playoffs this year, which would just be a complete fail if we didn't. As you can see, he is on the last year of his deal. He'll be a free agent, so we'll need to make a decision after the year. Don't really think we'll sign him back, but maybe we will. Not sure. We are trading away some two pretty good prospects, one of them being Grant Taylor, who's always been good, who's always had good numbers since I started this franchise, both in AA and in AAA. He always puts up a very low ERA, and this year is no exception. 17 games started, and he's got a 3.26 ERA. He'll be going to the Cubs. He'll probably make that rotation. He deserves to be on an MLB team. He's been great in the minors. Good for him. Another guy is Sammy Zavala. Came into this franchise as one of our top prospects. He's since not done too great. He's been hurt a lot. It's down to see potential. However, he is hitting 283 this year. He does have an OPS of 827, so he's shown some progress, and he has 9 home runs, which is more than he's ever hit in the minors before. So the Cubs get a pretty decent haul, I'd say, for a guy who's leaving at the end of the season. Justin Steele will make his White Sox debut against Cincinnati, so staying in the NL Central for his White Sox debut. Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds in this one. As you see, we got to 50 wins now, so we won a little bit so far to start off the month, so need to keep that momentum going. Andrew Abbott on the mound, 3.57 ERA for him, pretty solid. It's Chuck Dutzman, our leadoff hitter, leading off the game, and he smashes one to right field, and this one is out of here. Solo shot to lead off the game for Chuck Dutzman, and it's an early 1-0 lead for the White Sox. We love us some Chuck Dutzman, man. I really do like the guy. Maybe not the best numbers for the leadoff spot, but he's got good speed and power. I think his on-base percentage isn't really what you want as a leadoff guy, so maybe I'll make some changes, but I just like having a guy with some pop and speed in the leadoff spot, but we'll see. Maybe Vaughn Grissom will move back to the leadoff spot. He has been really good this year. He's batting second because of the lefties on the mound, and he rips one past the glove of the third baseman, and that's headed all the way into the wall. He rounds first, going for second, and he will be in there with a double. So home run and a double to start this game off. Not a great start for Andrew Abbott. Would get the next guy out. So 2 batters later, Teston Kjerstad, and he dribbles one up the middle for a base hit. Vaughn Grissom's going to round third, and he's going to score easily as that ball was booted by the center fielder. It's an early 2-0 lead as we give our new pitcher a 2-run lead to start things off. His first start as a Chicago White Sox, as he didn't have to travel far for his new team. But yeah, there you see good numbers there. Not a strikeout guy, but great numbers. I like low ERA. I'm obsessed with ERAs in this game, man. I don't care about anything else. And that consistency, showing he can do sub 4 ERAs every year, low 3 ERAs every year in the sim, that might make me push to sign him for some money. Although we have a lot of money tied up in Michael King, who's not good. Anyway, jumping ahead in the second, it's Gavin Sheets. He's continuing his great season. That ball's crushed and out of here. Another long, high, towering home run. That's all he seems to hit. He doesn't hit these line drive homers. They really go super high. I mean, look at this one. It's like all the home runs I've hit with him this year. Just incredibly skyscraping high as that one's gone. Another home run for Gavin Sheets. He's having a great year as a guy coming into the year where I had a big question mark around him. He's come up to the task. We get a couple guys on here still in the second. It's Chuck Dutzman going to come through, putting one in the left center field gap. Clears the bases, 2-run score. It's 5-0 in the second as our offense off to a very good start today. Ellie De La Cruz up in the second to lead off, and he rips one in the left center field gap. Does this have enough to get out of here? It does. Hits the top of the wall and bounces over the wall. Solo shot for Ellie De La Cruz. So the Reds get one back. It's 5-1. 21 homers for him already. He's putting up a great season there as he does his little home run celebration. Next up, Matt McLean, and he's going to rip one down the line. This one's headed towards the corner. It should be a double, similar to what we did in the first inning. Home run and then a double to lead off the inning. The Reds do it in the second. Home run and a double. They would get that guy over to third with one out. It's Cedric Mullins on Cincinnati in this one, and he's going to split the outfielders and find the gap. It's going to be back to, well, no, not back to back. They got the guy out, but it's going to be another double, third extra base hit of the inning. And just like that, it is 5-2. Next up, Mitch Garver. He's on Cincinnati in this one, and he rips one for a base hit through the hole. Cedric Mullins stops at third. It's first and third, one out, as Justin Steele is getting hit up in this second inning. Next up, Stuart Fairchild. He's going to bloop one to right. Chuck Dutzman coming on. He's going to make the play. Cedric Mullins is going to have to hold at third, so he won't tag. Still first and third, two out. Steele looking to get out of this. TJ Friedel up, and Friedel bloops one in the center. That's going to dunk in front of Sawinski. It's another hit. It's another run. It's a third run of the inning for Cincinnati, and I think it's like the fifth hit of the inning. Justin Steele getting hit pretty well, but then he comes back and gets a strikeout to end the inning. So finally, Justin Steele out of that second inning as he's not happy with himself. The Reds get 3 runs. It is now ball game 5-3. We're going to the fourth inning. It's Ethan Salas leading off. That's a base hit up the middle. Nice little leadoff hit for him. He's been having a decent first full year as well. Jack Sawinski up next, and he takes that hanging slider from Walker Buehler, who's in the game now, and absolutely crushes it way up there in one of the higher up rows into right field. That one was absolutely smoked. 19th home run of the season for Sawinski, and that would open the game up. It would be 7-3, but then 8-3 at this point as we jump ahead, and Justin Steele's night would be done. 6 innings, 3 earned runs, so really only had that one bad inning, and that was it. He pitched pretty good outside of that. 6 innings was his final line. That would be it. Colby Mayo will make a diving play to end the game as he recovers and throws over to first, and we pick up a good, much-needed win against Cincinnati. We really need a good month to keep rolling. We're going to take a break and just see who made the All-Star team. I'm not going to go over it all. I'm just going to go over our guys. As you can see, Chris Paddock made it. He's got a sub-2 ERA. I did want to show Kyle Bradish has a 1.64 ERA. That is insane. I've never seen one that low at the All-Star break. I don't think, at least, for a starting pitcher. That is wild. All right, Chris Paddock with a 1.99, so he's a sub-2 as well. And Shane McClanahan just over 2. So some good pitching in the American League this year. We did have Evan Phillips make it. He's been pretty good in terms of the number of saves. ERA's been high, but he does pretty good in his save opportunities. Look at Duran from the Twins. He's got 34 innings pitched, 40 Ks. He hasn't allowed an earned run in 34 innings. Surely that's got to be a record. I'd have to check that, but I think that might be a record. 34 innings, not a single earned run is insane. Last All-Star, so we had Gaussman, Evan Phillips, and Gavin Sheets made the All-Star team. He's our last one. 24 home runs, 58 ribbies, 271. But look at Nick Prado, somehow made it. Barely played. I don't know. Game's weird sometimes, but Gavin Sheets makes it at least. We're jumping ahead, middle of the month now. We're going up against the Tigers. Max Clark making his major league debut. It's pretty interesting how he got called up now. I don't think he did anything this game, but it's cool that he's making his debut. Drew Thorpe on the mound. 4.34 ERA might not look great, but considering what he started the first month of the season in the 8 ERAs, and maybe even more than a month, it was really bad. He's got it way, way down. He's been red hot, actually. He's been pitching great. And Kieter Montero is on the mound for the Tigers. We're going to start things off with 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the second. Ethan Salas goes deep straightaway center field. Max Clark going back. He's still going back. He reaches, can't make the play. It's going to one-hop the wall. It's going to be a double for Ethan Salas with 2 outs here in the second. Vaughn Grissom up next, and he's going to rip one into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Salas rounds third and scores. It's 1-0 White Sox, and Vaughn Grissom is having a super good year. He's not going anywhere. Another guy I thought maybe I could trade or get rid of because we have a second base stud in the making. coming up, which I'll show his stats probably next episode. Matthew Lyon, the 19-year-old, he's up to like 80 overall, which is crazy. But Vaughn Grissom's playing too good. We're not touching him. Anyway, Heston Kjerstad straight away center, more like right center, but no doubter. Two-run shot. It's 3-0 White Sox here in the third. Heston Kjerstad's a guy that needs to get going. He's been hitting homers, sure, but 21 homers, not bad after the All-Star break. But he could do better, and his average is not great, so he really needs to get going. One guy who has been getting going all season is Jack Sawinski. He's going to hit one in the gap. Running from first is, I think Yandy Diaz was on first, I'm pretty sure. He's going to round third and score. It's 4-0 White Sox in the bottom of the third. We would get a couple more guys on in the third, and Ethan Solis would hit one in the right. Should be deep enough for a sac fly. That's Sawinski, who moved over to third, and he will score. No problem, 5-0 White Sox in the third inning. Drew Thorpe, he would pitch pretty good. In the fifth, however, though, it's Akil Baddoo with a runner on second. He's going to dunk one into right field for a base hit. Runner's going to come around and score. 6-1 White Sox at this point. That would be the only run Drew Thorpe gave up, as Thorpe gets the next guy, Dingler, to ground into a double play, nicely turned by Vaughn Grissom right there, and he gets out of the fifth. We're jumping ahead all the way to the eighth. Drew Thorpe was just dealing, and that would be his last out he records. He goes 8 innings, only 1 earned run. Another great start from Drew Thorpe. We're fine with him. We got Chris Paddock, we got Justin Steele, we got Drew Thorpe. We're all pitching good. Noah Schultz is pitching okay. He's actually going to pitch in this next game here. And then Roger Magana, once he comes back from injury, our starting rotation will look good again. So I have hope that we're going to make the playoffs, no problem. Last game of the episode, we are going up against the Milwaukee Brewers, and we have the exact same record, 60-46, which means we went on a big win streak because we were barely above 500, and now we're 14 games over 500. So we are having just an outstanding month, exactly what we needed. We should be back in the playoff spot. We'll go over the standings in a sec. As you can see, it's Noah Schultz versus Luis Garcia on the mound. Luis Garcia having a great season, 2.62 ERA. Schultz was off to a pretty good start to his MLB career as well. Not terrible. Top half of the seconds where we're going to start things off. It's Willy Adames finding the gap. It's going to be a lead-off double for Milwaukee, as Adames will be on second base. To start things off here in the second. We get the next two guys out, actually, but former White Sox Nick Madrigal is going to bloop one over first base. Yandy Diaz didn't really seem interested in moving towards that ball. Footwork was horrible, but it's going to be 1-0 Milwaukee. Next batter, Brock Wilken, and he's going to strike out. Swinging, nice pitch there from Noah Schultz. So 1-0. In the second. Bottom half of the third, 1 out, nobody on for Heston Kjerstad. He hits one deep to center field, going back to center fielder. I believe that's Churio. He's still going back. He looks up, and it's gone. Solo home run for Heston Kjerstad, and this game is tied. Number 25 for Kjerstad, so he'll finish at least this month with over 25. Willy Adames up in the fourth, and he's going to hit one down the left field line, and it just sneaks out of here. Basically, it says it went 341, but it pretty much just barely went over 330 as that just sneaked out of here. Home run, 2-1. Bottom half of the fourth now. We're going to start treating home runs a little bit. It's Gavin Sheets, another no-doubter from him. He doesn't hit balls that aren't no-doubters, I feel like. And another skyscraper, just so high. And this game tied at 2. Gavin Sheets, the All-Star. It's his 28th home run of the season, 472 feet. My goodness, let's see where this one actually ended up landing. And there's no the ball trail on this one because it's the game of the week, but that one goes like in the very last row. You can kind of see it there. Just crushed. In the fifth, Brock Wilken up, the ninth batter, and he leads off the fifth inning with a solo shot. As like we said, we're going back and forth with the home runs here. It's 3-2 Milwaukee now. And another just barely got out of here, but it's a home run nonetheless. They're still getting out. Noah Schultz giving up a home run today. In the bottom half of the fifth, though, we're looking for a home run to tie things up, and it is Colson Montgomery hanging 12-6 curve, and he takes it the opposite way for a no-doubter. Again, you don't see that a lot. Opposite field no-doubters from a lefty. I believe he's done it twice, though, in this series. And that's his 16th home run of the year. So the power's gone up for Colson Montgomery. You love to see it. And the game is tied again every inning so far. In the last 3 innings in a row, I believe, we've traded home runs. So this game is tied yet again. We're going to jump ahead to the top of the sixth. Surely not more home runs coming. It's Wilson Contreras, line drive to left, and that one's going to go. Another home run from Milwaukee. Noah Schultz gives up another one. This would be his last batter as Wilson Contreras would go yard. So next up, Jackson Chourio, and he goes deep as well. Zach Jackson, the first batter he faces, he gives up a home run to Jackson Chourio. Back-to-back go Milwaukee. It's now 5-3, and the home runs were just being traded left and right. But that would be the end of the home run party. The Brewers would score a couple more. It's Nick Madrigal again coming through with a base hit against his former club. 6-3 Milwaukee, and then Joey Wiemer already has a home run this game. He's going to hit one past Colby Mayo, hit that one hard. Another run's going to score. It's going to be 7-3 Milwaukee. The runner going to third is just in there. Safe. 7-3 would be how this one ends. Chuck Dutzman would strike out to end the game with the runner on third, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So we lose this one to Milwaukee, but overall, we did have a pretty good month, as you guys are going to see here in a second. I mean, it couldn't have scripted a better month. As you see, the start we had, we didn't lose a game heading into the All-Star break. Actually, we lost one, that last one to Tampa Bay. Then we came out of the All-Star break. We swept Detroit. We swept the Dodgers. And then we started going back down to earth. We lost that series to Milwaukee. We did win a series against Detroit, and we lost the first two to the Twins, which is never good considering that the team we're fighting for the division. But we are 62-50, so pretty dang good considering where we were about a month ago. We are 2.5 games out only of the division, so the division is very much. We were a half game out until we lost those two to the Twins, basically. So division's still within our grasp. So right, just like that, we're right back in it. And in the wild card, we are in the wild card spot right now. We're the second wild card, only a half game behind the Yankees for the first one, and we're a couple games ahead of. The one game ahead of the Red Sox. It looks the 1.5, whatever it is. One game in the loss column. A couple games ahead of the for the wild card as well. So we're in a good spot. We're not in a secure spot, but we are going to be trading Cionel Perez to the Rays. He's 6.35 ERA after having a 1.25 ERA last year. I feel like the Rays would use him. They seem to trade for guys, and they turn out good again. We're going to get a relief pitcher, 21-year-old, 60-60 potential. Nothing crazy, just a future reliever for our bullpen, hopefully. And then we're going to make one more trade to end this episode off. Brian Ramos is going to go to Pittsburgh. We're going to make another trade with Pittsburgh. He's going to Pittsburgh for Jose Hernandez, left-hander. Since we just traded Cionel Perez to the Rays, we need another lefty in that bullpen. It's going to be Jose Hernandez. He's got a 3.21 ERA. He's this year and next year under team control. So I think it's pretty solid move here. We get a lefty in the bullpen who throws pretty hard. For Brian Ramos, who in real life was one of decent prospect for the White Sox. I know he made his MLB debut. I don't even know if he's still on the team. That team's just so bad. Who pays attention to him? They just lose 20 in a row in real life. But yeah, Brian Ramos going to the Pirates. He'll probably see some playing time. And last but not least, let's just see how everyone's doing so far. Chuck Dutzman, 233 with 16 homers. Again, good numbers, but maybe not for a leadoff guy. Maybe we'll change it. Heston Kjerstad, 245. So he's got that average up a little bit, 26 homers. 285 for Yandy Diaz, not bad. 13 homers, 46 ribbies. We got Jack Suwinski, who's been good all year. 286, 22 homers for him. Our all-star Gavin Sheets has 28 bombs right now at the end of July. Very, very nice. 261 as well. Can't complain with that. Ethan Salas found his way, moved up in the order. 267, 11 homers, 43 ribbies. We love him. Vaughn Grissom, this guy's red hot. He's batting up to 289 now, and he's got 18 home runs. Where did this power surge come from? He's been great. Doesn't want to lose his job, I guess, to that young kid that we got ready to play. So he's just been fantastic. Colson Montgomery, I really like him too. 258, 16 home runs, 54 ribbies. You're not going to find a shortstop with much better numbers. I mean, it's going to be hard to. And Colby Mayo in his first rookie season, 12 homers, 267 average. Not bad. Chris Paddock, this guy just keeps getting more and more unbelievable. 147 innings, and he's got a sub-2 ERA at 1.9. Just absolutely insane. So he's been worth every single penny since we got him over. Just absolutely incredible. Nothing else could be said about Chris Paddock. For Noah Schultz, he's only in that 2 spot because that's just where he came into, where he got called up. 4.19, I mean, not bad. You know, he's only had 34 innings so far, so not terrible. Michael King, this guy has not been worth any money whatsoever. I thought about moving him to the bullpen, but Dean Kremer was just so bad. I really don't like the signing. I wish I could get my money back, but it's too late now. Drew Thorpe is an absolute beast. 3.9. He's got a sub-4 ERA now after starting so horribly. He's been so good, and he's growing again. He's up to an 89. The guy just keeps growing. Justin Steele, 3.52. So he's lowered his ERA by about 20 points this month since coming over to the White Sox. He's been great. I think that was the best trade I could have made this season. As far as the bullpen goes, I don't like to spend too much time on it because it's nothing crazy. Eric Lawler and Dean Kremer, they're going to eat up innings. Dean Kremer hasn't gotten any better even in the bullpen. 5.76. What happened to him? Matt Strahm is good. We trust him. A lot of these guys are going to be free agents next year. Strahm, Jackson, I think Lucas Sims too. Jackson's having a good year. Sims is having a pretty decent year. I like him. Jose Hernandez just came over, so he hasn't pitched with us yet, but he's got good numbers. Joe Barlow's got great numbers when he's in, and Evan Phillips, of course, has blown some saves, but for the most part, has been pretty reliable. So we like him a lot. Going ahead, I think the next episode, we're just going to finish off the season. I might just play 2 games in August, 2 games in September, and finish it off. There's no guarantee we're going to make the playoffs, not at all, so it should probably come down to the wire. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably just finish off the season. We'll play about 4 games. We'll check in about halfway through, see how we're doing in the standings, if it looks like we're going to make the playoffs and all that jazz. So stay tuned. Season 2027 regular season finale will be next. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.